Happy New Year, everyone. It's New Year's Day. Happy New Year, everyone. Me and Ben have come down to Herne Hill Velodrome for Madison Cross. Basically, it's an hour's cross race where we do a lap, one of you does a lap, then you tag the partner, and then they do a lap. So we thought we'd come down here today, rather than just sit around and eat too much again, come down here, have a bit of a race, and just see how it works out, really. Just a bit of fun, and see how we go. So, myself and Ben have been for a course recce, but we've dived back in the van. Look at that weather. It's absolutely lashing down. Wind is gusting at the moment up to 45. Our race has been delayed an hour, so we were due to race at 1:45. We're now racing at 2:45. So every race has been delayed by 1 hour. So we can't sign on or anything yet. And it is absolutely hammering down. 3/4 of an hour to race time. We've been in the van, we ain't seen the under 12s or the youths because it's been lashing it down and it's still raining. It ain't looking great, it's not looking very exciting. Don't know what footage we're going to get. We've got a camera on my bike and a camera on Ben's, so we're going to see if we can get something, but we're going to have to be remember and wipe the lens a lot. Shell's going to get out there with a camera if she can as well. We'll see what we can get in the way of a race here. But it's going to be a wet one, and the kids are coming off proper muddy that I've seen so far. So we're both running 18 in the front, 20 in the rear. I'm running full Limus set up. Ben is running a bite on the front because it's the only other mud we've got, and a baby on the rear, so we'll see how he does. He's going to have to keep hold of that rear a bit, I think, because it's going to have cut up that course. We did have a walk round it before the rain, most of it. And I think we've got a warm-up ride in about 10 minutes. So I need to get some shoes on, get ready to go. I'm going to go long sleeve jersey for this one because you do a lap and then stand there in the pouring rain getting wet, really. So it ain't great. But we'll make the best of it. First race of the year. Kind of looking forward to getting back to racing again. Let's see how we can go. Right, Ben's at the start end. He's going first for us. I'm going second, so I'm at the changeover. With all the changeover people. There's a lot of people in this race. Very busy.
Some of those drop-offs for me are just like...
So they will come round for the first lap and go past us here.
I just feel like I've still got too much air in my...
And then once they pass, then I need to get ready. So I ain't stripping off until he's at least halfway round the first lap. Then I'll worry about stripping off. I think there's plenty of place so I can chuck my kit. I'll just live with it, that'll be fine. So I'm not sure how they do the ranking, but we're not ranked very highly, which is about right for us too. So we'll see. So Ben's quite a way back, so it's definitely going to be a bit of a bum rush to the front for him, but we'll see how he does. I'm sure he'll try his best on the first lap to move through and make some progress.
Quick wipe of the lens and Ben is off and racing. He's aimed to make as many places up on this first lap as possible, going round the outside here to try and gain some places. Now as you'll see here, there's a pinch point, but he just makes it in by leaning on the other rider. I'd have never made that. That's why Ben needed to start for us, because he's so much, I'd say braver, but he just doesn't see the potential dangers, and he is sticking it in on everyone anywhere he can at this stage. But he's making progress, and this is the important thing on this first lap while everyone's bunched up.
Up, up, up! Go on, Ben, good start! Well done, mate!
I'm giving him some cheers. I can see his little helmet pushing his way through.
Good boy! Well done!
Two riders, Ben giving a little groan there as he's held him up, but he's passed those two and coming on to the descent. Straight down, chasing on all the time, get those in front. That's Ben's aim. As you can see, first leader through, they're already starting to stretch out. So that's second guy, this is the third guy. You can see it's stretching out quite quickly. And the course is atrocious. Look at the puddles. There's water absolutely everywhere. Now here's Ben on the back of the group in his orange helmet. You'll see him easily to spot, but he's got quite a big gap behind him, so he's made that front bunch, which is a great start. He is fighting hard for position and trying to get any sort of extra gain he can. Now he makes a big mistake here. There was 3 routes and Ben has took the hurdles. That weren't the fastest route. Unfortunately, he hasn't realised on the test ride that this is the slowest route, and the quickest route is through the Christmas trees. And he has lost a few spots here. He's lost the group that he was on the back of there. You'll see this rider, this MTB rider, Ben was well ahead of him before he took that route, and the other riders are already through the gate. So he has lost some space, unfortunately, there. But, little mistake, he wasn't to know. I'm sure he's going to try and make those places back up as quickly as he can, because he's realised there's the group going the other way that he was just on the back of. Ben making space for himself. He's not hanging around. Here comes another rider through on him. Ben is straight onto that wheel, avoiding that little bit of brick that was laying on the course. There was literally stuff everywhere. The course is torrentially wet, soggy as you like, lumps, bumps, everything. It's a proper rough and ready course for most of us, but great fun to ride. Now Ben's come around the outside here. As I mentioned earlier, Ben's only got babies on the rear, baby liners, and he has slipped his rear wheel out there, but he's doing well. He is chasing onto this guy, and you can see him really trying to get the power down. Quick check over his shoulder. Who's coming from behind? Don't worry about that, Ben. Just carry on, charging through and trying to make places. Now you'll see me, I'll be just up ahead. I've just pulled out.
Go through the trees.
Ben shouting at me, don't take the hurdles, go through the trees.
Oh, sorry.
Ben hasn't realised that he's actually got to physically touch me. I cannot leave that zone until he's physically touched me, so I had to stop there and make sure he touched me. So we didn't get our first changeover very smooth. They didn't really brief that well, but it was pouring with rain, so who's going to want a big long briefing? My lap now, and my aim, try not to lose any spots. And you saw I'd already lost one already there. Now I'm just trying to get by as many riders as I can. This guy's jumped off and running, and I end up battling with him a lot during this race. I'm taking it easy. This is my first lap, little bit, taking it a bit gingerly there, but I could have stuck it in a bit further. But I am just feeling the course conditions because they have deteriorated since the cycling lap.
Hi, Simon.
I'm pushing. I'm trying not to lose any places and just try to gain on riders anywhere I can, and I'm thinking I've got to be strong, I've got to be brave, I've got to put it in on people where there's a gap. There are riders of all abilities riding today, you know, strong riders, fast riders, not so fast riders, and we were sort of in the middle there to me, maybe a bit towards the front end of those skills, certainly for Ben, maybe not for myself. You've all seen my epic crashes in races. But anyway, I'm onto the grass section and I'm looking for any green for grip. Grip is on the green section, so I've gone wide, definitely paid. I've stuck it wide here. You saw Ben slide out, he went tight. I've stuck it a bit wider, and that's definitely given me more grip. And now I am just stomping to get round to the swap over place as fast as possible and exchange and get Ben on the go. Ben's waiting for me here. I'll give him the tag. He is off and flying. You can see on screen whose camera we're looking at each time. Now, guys, the cameras are covered in mud. I do apologise. Quality's not quite up to my usual video standard.
One lap done. Weren't too bad. I feel like I've lost a little bit of time, but ain't too bad. We'll see. Hopefully, I think I got overtook by 2 or 3 people, but I overtook 2 or 3 people, so we'll see. Not too bad. Ben's out there for his second lap. Looks like he's going well. It's a little bit chilly in between laps. Definitely a little bit chilly in between, but everyone's covered in mud, but they seem to be enjoying themselves. That's the important thing.
And we were certainly enjoying ourselves. Ben's put in a great lap there. bringing us right through the field, and I'm thinking we're doing quite well here. We could actually do alright at this race. Ben's given me a tag, so much so he's nearly shot over his own handlebars there, giving me a push, which was a bit of a comedy value there. We needed someone videoing that. Michelle done a great job, giving support, being the camera lady out there. It is pouring with rain. She's got an umbrella, but these conditions ain't fun, and it was pretty hard for her to walk around this course, as you can imagine. So I really appreciate her being there, supporting me and Ben. I've tagged Ben in, and he's straight chasing onto this rider and getting by.
It'll make you go down
Going all right.
really quickly.
Chilly. Very cold. Saw it when I'm riding, cold when I'm not riding. I think the camera's getting covered in crap, but we're getting a bit of footage. Michelle's out there somewhere videoing. Couple of people going down. I think we're doing all right. I've no idea where we are now, but we seem to be mixing it up, mixing it in there. Ben's still going, making more places all the time. Looks like he's going well, so we'll see how we're doing.
And as you can see, Ben's not hanging around. Any chance he's got to get through, he's sticking his bike straight in there. Little error here, he goes a bit wide and he's let someone by. But in typical Ben fashion, he's straight back onto him and trying to get the overtake and get that place back. He ain't giving up, and he's still chasing that rider now. You see him just in front, and he's chasing this group because he's like, I want to make these places up, and he just ain't hanging around. This poor rider here, I felt sorry for him. He's had 3 people go by. Ben didn't give him barely any room, standard, but they've got to get by as soon as they can. And you can see the front guy there being a bit timid about going down. Ben was straight down, and we're in for another changeover, another lap for me to try not to lose any places. As you can see, I'm straight through the Christmas tree, and I am actually making good progress here. Look, you can see I'm straight round this slightly slower rider, and I am pushing on to catch those riders in front of me there. I am literally proper making sure I'm pushing continually. This is quite a steep downhill. Back up.
Dude!
Hand over back to Ben. He's off. Back onto his lap.
So I think I've done 3 laps, or 4, I've lost count. But I just said 4 more to go. So that'll be 2 for Ben, 2 for me. And then we're done. We're still going all right, but there's some lumps and some rocks out there, man. And hitting them pretty hard. But on the whole, going well. My hands are like blocks of ice. I'm cold in between. Breathing hard, but it's going all right. Some good riders out here though. Oh.
Ben's still making good progress. You can see how hard he's pushing. He ain't giving up. He tries to go for an overtake here on a slow rider. No room, but Ben ain't giving up. He's just thinking, I've got to get through. I can't be losing time against slower back riders. And look at him, straight through the middle. I don't think there's technically any room there, Ben, but he ain't hanging around. Straight up the inside of that poor bloke. Didn't know what was happening, poor guy. But Ben's just going. He's charging away, thinking, I've got to keep pushing. Now we think we're in the top 10. To be fair, we were in the top 10. Ben got us into 10th place on the first lap. He did a great start, and we were continually bouncing around the 8th place spot, depending on who was riding. But here, I'm getting a little bit tired. I don't get this turn right at all. And actually, just to avoid him, I've gone straight through the tape. What a disaster. What a plum. I didn't feel good about it. I was apologising left, right and centre to the other riders there. And I actually let the 2 riders that were just with me and behind me through. Because I thought, look, I just cut the course there. I didn't feel good about it. I'm straight back past this lady rider. And I'm chasing on as hard as I can. You can see the guy still in front there, and I'm swapping over to Ben for him to take another lap. You can see, quick push, and he's off. Ben chasing on, more places to be made. You can see it's starting to actually get a little dark. Because racing had been delayed for an hour, it's actually getting a little bit dark now. So we're deteriorating in picture quality a little bit more. Sorry about that, guys. You can see Ben hanging out there, really pushing. Some people on mountain bikes, kind of good for the grip, but you just got to push all you can. Now Ben's tried to go around the outside of this guy on the canyon. He's struggled a bit, and that's left Ben with nowhere to go here, and he's got a bit held up. But look at that, Ben doesn't hang on. He's through. He didn't touch the other rider.
Well, one more lap to go for Ben, and then one more for me to finish it off. I'm knackered. Keep racing the same people. Careered through some tape that time. Nick took someone else out, but never mind. We're making it. I think the lens is getting so muddy. No idea what we're recording, but never mind. We're still going. One more each. You can hear the bell. So they're all getting the bell as they come through. So Ben will get the bell, and then I'll finish it off. Let's go.
Come on, Ben, is this the last lap, yeah?
So Michelle's getting a little bit confused because the bell's ringing, but Ben hasn't had the bell yet. So Ben is still in front of the leader, but only just. You saw the leader go through there. So Ben is just in front of the leader, and he's just crossed the line, and there's the winner. So we were the last pair not to get lapped.
Oi! We're last ones not to get lapped. Go! Enjoy it!
Now Ben handed over to me, telling me with the last pair, I'm thinking there's no one behind me, but I still want to push. I want to put in a consistently good lap time.
You got the final bell twice.
So Michelle's a bit confused. I can't hear what she's saying anyway. So I'm like, what? But never mind, I'm still pushing and giving it everything I can. And I'm still overtaking a few back markers. You can see I come round here to take the flag.
Well done, dude.
We've had a great race. We're both muddy as hell.
You're the last people not to get lapped. Sure. Yeah, I sprinted and the guy won came through the line behind us. Oh really? Yeah.
I got confused because you got the bell twice.
I was sprinting because we were in a battle with a guy. I kept overtaking him, but his teammate kept overtaking you. Yeah. So I sprinted because I knew he was chasing me.
That woman's over there, Ben, if you want to give her that number. She's straight ahead, look.
So we had to stop recording there because we were literally covered in mud, as you could see, and we just needed to get clean. We were getting cold, so we cut the recording. It then got too dark to do any more, to be fair. But me and Ben had a fantastic time. We had a great race. Really, really enjoyed it. Wasn't looking forward to it before. Nearly called it off and said, shall we just go home sort of thing before we were going to race. But actually so glad we didn't, because that race was so much fun. Even though the weather wasn't the best, the racing was great fun, and there was people of all abilities there. Some top riders there, but also just some people out for a laugh and a bit of a fun day out really on New Year's Day, which is kind of why we did it. We don't normally do much New Year's Day, and rather than the day go to waste, we thought we'd have a race. Anyway, overall, when we checked the results afterwards, because we had no idea where we'd finished, to be fair, we knew we were the last pair not to get lapped. We didn't actually know our place, and we thought hopefully we've made it sort of 10th, 11th place. We didn't know at the time. However, like I said in the video, Ben actually got us up to 10th place on the first lap. We then hovered around sort of 8th place. We were battling with this other pair where Ben had overtake their partner. I'd get overtook by the guy I was racing with, so very close. But overall, we managed a 6th place, which I'm pretty happy with in that open category, because like I ain't up to that speed. Ben was putting in some good laps. I think the fastest rider was putting in like 5:03, 5:04 a lap. Ben was putting in 5:20s, so decent per lap. I was putting in around the 6 minutes, so I was losing us probably like nearly 35 seconds a lap, roughly 30 to 35 seconds. So I was losing a bit of time. That's to be expected. I'm not so good on the technical stuff really, and probably not quite as much power as Ben either. But it didn't matter. We made a good pairing. I think we worked well together, and we had a great time, I must say. I keep saying that, but I really enjoyed it. One of my favourite races of the year. But it is my first race of 2025. Hey, but there's going to be trouble to top that one, I think. And I'm pretty sure, all being well, we're going to give that another go next year. That Madison format, that's great. If any other leagues are thinking of that, definitely look at that for a fun format. That is great. How they had the changeover, really good. Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, come on, give it a like, give us a subscribe. Subscribers have gone really well over Christmas. Last couple of videos have done really well. Really appreciate everyone watching those and supporting the channel. I've got big things coming up for 2025, a couple of big events. I'll let you all know what that will be later in January. But for now, look out for the next video because that'll be coming at you soon. And that's going to be CX Nationals. Will I ride? Won't I ride? You're going to have to check the video out and find out.